more and more poachers are coming. They're attacking us.
In the Sea of Cortez, off the coast of Mexico,
they're continuing to throw things.
There is a war in the waters. Not over drugs.
It's alive!
But over illegal fishing. The prize, the totoaba, a large fish only found in these waters and treasured on China's black market for its swim bladder. Cooked in soups to satisfy Chinese consumers who believe the organs have medicinal properties.
They call it the cocaine of the sea. It's worth more than gold, in fact.
Now the bass is critically endangered. They've been dangerously overfished, and human activity has reduced their natural habitat.
We filmed totoabas like this at $100,000 a piece.
Gillnets miles long, a minefield under the surface, taking the lives of scores of other marine life.
These nets are anchored to the seafloor, and so they can't pull those nets up to the surface to take a breath. And so a marine mammal or a sea turtle, they're going to drown really quickly.
The net's also lethal for the vaquita, a rare porpoise that's the smallest marine mammal in the world, driven to the brink of extinction with less than 15 left globally.
I keep thinking about the moment when only one vaquita would be left in the wild.
This is a war against the extinction of a species.
It's one of the million species the UN recently identified as facing extinction, the rarest marine mammal caught in a web of illegal fishing, Mexican cartels, and the Chinese mafia.
It's highly, highly symbolic. It's like what we are doing to the Sea of Cortez and to the vaquita it's a case study of what we are doing to the planet.
This is an alarm bell ringing, and I hope everybody really sits up and pays attention.
Clock's ticking.
We will fight for every single life.
All this now the subject of a new National Geographic documentary, Sea of Shadows.
You talk about in the film that you imagine the vaquita calling out for help and nobody hearing that call.
Yeah, it was a dream. I dreamt the last vaquita on Earth calling out to others, to family members, but silent. And that haunted me.
To sit there and let an entire ocean die because of the greed of a few, and to be okay with that is unacceptable. As a species, that is unacceptable. If that happens, we should be ashamed.
The documentary brings together the stories of the varied groups working to rescue the vaquita.
Why this topic? Why Mexico? Why the vaquita?
I did this other film called The Ivory Game about the extinction of elephants.
One person has in his hands the destiny of an entire species.
It was a very successful film in regards that at the end, China banned the ivory trade. I heard about the Totoaba vaquita crisis from one of the characters of the film, Andrea Crosta.
We saw with our own eyes all those illegal pangas escaped. Back here, like a safe haven for Totoaba poachers. It smells. The whole thing stinks.
Andrea Crosta is a hard-charging conservationist with a background in security. His team, consisting of many former FBI and intelligence officers, aims to choke off the chain of criminal activities driving this crisis to the brink.
From the outside, it looks like an environmental story, right? When you dive in, you understand the role of transnational crime, the narco-trafficking, working with Chinese traffickers, where they form what we call Totoaba cartels because they work in the same way, with an incredible power to corrupt all over the places.
I got the call to join a group of veterinarians and scientists to help save the vaquita from extinction by bringing it into human care. No other option was working.
While Crosta's team works on land, on the criminal side, Cynthia Smith leads a team of scientists trying to rehabilitate the vaquita population.
The speed at which the species was declining really picked up. There were 100, and then there were 60, and then there were 30, and now there's fewer than 30. The dilemma that we were facing was, if we brought an animal into our care and it was showing us clear evidence that it wasn't acclimating to humans, that's when the difficulty comes in. There's 15 left. There's so few vaquitas left to release them back knowing that those nets are there and they may drown tomorrow.
It's a dilemma the team faced head-on when, after weeks of trying, they finally spot the elusive Vaquita.
I remember the call, we have 2 Vaquitas out like 3 miles north of the buoy, blah, 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 and everyone was racing there, and they're like, okay, this is it, this is it.
It's like a lightning bolt, you know, just goes across the water, and everybody just feels the energy and the excitement, but also the tension and the nerves.
And suddenly it was there, it was real, it was in front of us. No myth, no ghost, really there. My God, we all fell in love with it. It was an amazing experience to be so close to an animal that never had ever been close to. Nobody had ever touched alive.
But despite their efforts, the Vaquita could not acclimate.
Come on, sweetie.
She died of a heart attack after just a few hours.
It's still hard to talk about, and I've thought a lot about, you know, why is that? What's different about this? And I think it's because the night that we lost that animal, it just felt like the whole species was slipping away from us. And to have her slipping through our fingers like that and not be able to just, you know,
Hold on to her.
it's hard.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
You need
let
a
me
minute?
just take a minute.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, it's amazing how
Yeah.
raw it still is, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's still so raw because we're getting that much closer to losing the species.
The fragility of the species, the emotional tenor of a film that at times plays like an action movie. The danger's real and the stakes couldn't be higher.
All right, Navy's in pursuit.
The film team joining the crew aboard Sea Shepherd, known around the globe for its full-throttle tactics to protect the environment.
They pull nets, they have 3 ships there, very young, super motivated people who go out there and stand up to the cartel on the front lines. And that is very dangerous.
It's the high season for Totoaba. That's why all the illegal fishermen are going out at sea, and the traffic is intense.
What do you want viewers to take away from this? What is their responsibility after seeing Sea of Shadows?
Well, it's a very, very, very urgent matter. So we have, I would say we have 6-8 months to save the Vaquita.
6 or 8 months?
Yes.
We need to stop the illegals from going out in December. If they go out again, it will most likely be the end of it. There will be no more Vaquitas.
We can't give up. We cannot give up on Vaquitas. We can't give up on the Sea of Cortez. We can't give up on the planet.
For Nightline, I'm Gloria Riviera in Washington, D.C.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.